Good morning. Today we will be presenting and analyzing the life cycle of an aluminum tuna can. Our group members are Cinti Zhang, Natalia He, Rebecca Fenn, and Fatima Shaikh. What is a life cycle and what is a life cycle analysis? A life cycle is the series of changes or growth that someone or something undergoes as they pass from the beginning of a given development stage to the inception of the same developmental stage in a subsequent generation repeatedly. A life cycle analysis is a method used to evaluate the environmental impact of a product. Through it is a life cycle encompassing extraction and processing of the raw materials, manufacturing, distribution, use recycling, and final disposal. A life cycle analysis can help you be a great tool to identify changes that can decrease a product's negative effects on the earth over the course of its life. Your life cycle analysis results can help you to improve product development, marketing, strategic planning, and even policy making. In this video, we will using this method to analyze the life cycle of a tuna can.
Process. The aluminum manufacturing process starts with every 4 pounds of bauxite being refined into 2 pounds of alumina. The 2 pounds of alumina then must be further refined into a single pound of aluminum. The refined aluminum is then siphoned out and put in a holding furnace, from which it can be cast in an ingot and sent to be formed into cans. The cans have to wash it, dry, coated with varnish, and printed. Then the cans are shaped at the top and run through a vision system that photographs each one to ensure quality. Any cans that don't meet standards are sent back to be recycled. The rest of the cans are packaged and sent to the companies to be filled and capped, which then are sold at market, and then they make a profit out of it by selling it to consumers. Continuation process. Consumer will eat it after buying it home. They will pour out the tuna inside and throw away the can. Then the cans will be poured into the trash. For the recycling of aluminum cans, as well as other metal containers, a separation at source and previous selected collection are required. From there begins a complex system that takes advantage of its material, steel and aluminum, indefinitely and without losing its properties. Cans are first separated from solid waste normally using an electromagnetic separator. The cans are cut into small pieces of equal size to minimize the volume and facilitate the work of the machine that works with the material. These pieces are cleaned, chemically or mechanically. The next stage is creating the aluminum bells, and this occurs in processing plant where the bells get transported to. At this plant, the bells enter the industrial grader that cut the bells into small pieces, sorted through a magnet, remelting, ingot transportation. How can tuna can be reused? In addition to being recyclable, they can also be used in flower pots. People can keep the pots in their natural color or decorate them with various elements, such as painting, rubes, mosaic or coloring gel and plant cacti, or they can be used in plant according to your preferences. Do any of the steps from the life cycle have an environmental impact?
Mining, refining, and discarding aluminum takes a toll and affects our environment. They use a lot of energy, use large amounts of water, and generate air, water, and soil pollution. The effects from mining is that mining the materials needed to create aluminum causes deforestation, erosion, polluted water sources, and a threat to animal life. Aluminum refining requires a large amount of electricity, and producing electricity for aluminum refining often entails burning fossil fuels, which releases carbon dioxide. And since the amount of electricity is usually generated by hydroelectric plants and man-made reservoirs, this can cause to destroy large areas of forest and disturbs natural river and lake ecosystems. Additionally, transporting the refinery also requires a large amount of energy. Aluminum refining also relies on chemical processing to extract the metal from the ore. The byproducts, which are caustic, can pollute both ground and surface water.
How would you improve the life cycle of your chosen product and reduce the impact on the environment? To reduce the environmental effects in the making of the cans process, we could substitute template by another packaging material. It can reduce the environmental effects, but even though making aluminum takes a lot of energy, changing the material is going to be quite complicated since template is recyclable and people are used to it. We can also reduce the effects on marine life by not using fishing methods that could affect the food web and stop overfishing in a certain place instead of fishing in different places. Conclusion: a life cycle shows how the cycle of something changes in each step from time to time until it reaches to its final stage. LCA is really helpful because it can show us how each step of the process can affect our environment. We can use it to improve the product and reduce the negative effects.
Overexploitation of tuna can lead to an unstable food web and it can affect the marine environment. The making process uses an incredible amount of energy and a large amount of water. It also populates the earth, water, and soil. The aluminum can manufacturing process is harmful to the environment and to people living near mining, refining, or smelting operation. Furthermore, sustainably caught tuna has a greater climate effect than any other protein considered.
The environmental impact of that process can be somewhat balanced out by post-mining rehabilitation, efficient recycling, avoiding overfishing, especially in one or a few established areas, and generally reducing ore consumption. Remember to always recycle uncontaminated aluminum products for a better environment.